Hi and welcome back to the channel. So that was the intro to TERRASTRATE. So this is a brand new Kontakt instrument from a new company called Audivor, and it is a cinematic hybrid instrument streamlined for music creation, designed to inspire a groundbreaking UI and dynamic sounds. Who are Audivor? Let's just have a quick look. Audivor, we emerge technology with creativity to redefine music production. Our passion for innovation drives us to create state-of-the-art software instruments that empower composers, producers, and musicians across the globe. With a focus on intuitive design and exceptional sound quality, our products are crafted for those who breathe life into music. Our flagship offering, TERRASTRATE, is a testament to this commitment. Designed in collaboration with leading composers and musicians, TERRASTRATE is not just a granular synth instrument, it's a gateway to uncharted sonic territories. It's their first instrument and it's been out for a few months, so I have been pretty impressed so far. I have to say, I absolutely love it. There's no two ways about it. The UI is flipping brilliant. Just look at it. I mean, look at this. What is going on? So it's quite straightforward. It has basically 4 pages. You got your performance page, your sample and grain, your mod matrix, and your FX controls. And this kind of bottom panel kind of more or less stays the kind of same, and this top bit is all the other controls, as you can kind of see from these other photos. So you get 375 snapshots, so you get 500 sound sources, and it uses the kind of A and B style, thousands and thousands of permutations between the two granular samples. You get 11 preset categories. You get a 4-page UI, intuitive controls, and powerful tools. And it is very, very straightforward, I have to say. Even the mod matrix is pretty straightforward, which is a bit of a turn up these days. So limitless creative possibilities, and it more or less is, considering you've got 500 sound samples. So elevating sound manipulation with its hybrid sound engine and complemented by assignable modulators and extensive FX controls, TERRASTRATE is crafted to produce dynamic and inspiring results. Expansive sounds crafted by professionals, combining the distinct talents of Hollywood session musicians and synth programmers utilised by top film composers, TERRASTRATE offers a sound palette finely tuned for cinematic subtlety and impact. So intuitive and seamless workflow. Yes, I have to say it is very, very nice to use. It's all very clear, everything's very big, and it's been mapped, ridiculously mapped, to 21 pages in Complete Control. All 8 knobs are mapped and you've got 21 pages. So nearly everything is pre-mapped to Complete keyboards, which is just fan-bloody-tastic. So features, we've got 2-layer sampler granular pulse engine, dynamic mod matrix, extensive usable sound sources and presets, auto-mapped drag and drop, and optimized for NKS and accessibility. So this is your kind of mod matrix here, and you can just go in and apply it to a whole list of things like the filters, the mod sources, and whatever. Right, so at the moment, TERRASTRATE is normally selling for $149, which is £118 or €140. But you are getting end of year 40% off, and that is an auto discount. So you would then get this for $89, £70 or €84, which is an absolute no-brainer. Because if you look at the other kind of alternatives, like either Zero G's Kepler or Native Instruments Light Trilogy, so Farlight, Straylight, Ashlight, which is probably the most comparable things that I've used or can think of. Native Instruments go for about 180 quid each. I think Zero G is certainly over £100 as well. So anyway, that is the kind of brief intro to TERRASTRATE and what it is all about. And like I said, it is very, very good, and I will be making quite a lot of videos going over this. This is basically just a kind of first look, and I'm going to play a few of the presets from the categories, and then I will do a deep dive later on and going over all the mod matrix and effects controls and what have you. So I thought I would try something a bit different this time, instead of kind of going over the controls in the actual software. So because TERRASTRATE has got a really, really nicely designed manual, I thought I would just go through this, and it will probably be easier for you to see than in Complete Control. Welcome to TERRASTRATE, the expansive toolset that reimagines granular synthesis, slicing sound into tiny segments known as grains, And then granular synthesis allows for intricate manipulation, enabling expressive sample sweeps, randomization to organically transform static tones into vibrant involving sounds. Version 1.0, and you need Kontakt 6.7.1 or higher, and you get, let's say, 375 presets, 500 sound sources, 2-layer sample and granular playback engine, and simple drag and drop. So, like I said, there are absolutely freaking hundreds of snapshots in each of the 11 categories. So you are getting synth pads, organic pads, complex textures, soundscapes, leads and keys, organic scrubs, signature gestures, basses, rhythmic motion, bends, percussive, and drag and drop templates. So there is actually some templates for you to drag in your own WAV files. You can see on each A and B, you have a volume, an attack, and a release. This little square here is for add a mod matrix parameter by clicking in there as well, and that will show you this later on. TERRASTRATE comes with over 499 pre-recorded soundscapes. Well, we'll call it 500 pre-recorded soundscapes organized in labels with 2 prefixes, starting with design sounds going from tonal to atonal, then a series of recorded analog synth or organic sounds. And you can see there you've got pads and complex textures. These are all atonal, things like flutes, glass, guitars, mallets, and strings and what have you. So oh yeah, there is some vocals. So we've got 4 pages accessed by the menu tab. So you've got performance, your sample grain, mod matrix, and the FX controls. You can assign mods from this little bit here. You can see there's one on the filter, one on the EQ, one on the delay, and one on the reverb, and one on this effects. Yeah, so I mean, I absolutely love these graphics. And this moves with the mod wheel. So here are your 4 pages. So this is your performance page. You've got your sampling grains, you've got the mod matrix, and you have got the effects. And there's a whole bunch of reverbs and various other things that you can play around with. So all 4 pages share the dashboard, which includes the master instrument controls, which are applied to the whole instrument. The dashboard also holds the user controlled modulators, so you can assign these or any knob to a CC automation by right clicking. So you've got your mod wheel, aftertouch, macro 1 and 2, and then you've got your filter, your EQ, the effects, and delay and reverb. Presets that you can either cycle through. There is a knob that's been pre-mapped to this, so you can actually use that to go through these, and you can just click them back and forward there as separate volumes for both samples and attack and release. You can see you've got the sample modes, the loop on off, bounce, key track, semi-tuning, detune, and position and motion. I'm going to spend too long going through everything. The mod matrix page, so this is quite cool, and it's a bit like Dunes. If you've ever used Dune, you can just basically click on these to activate them, adjust this, and it'll give you a percentage there, and then you click on that and just apply whatever you want the matrix to control. And this is your step sequencer. So it's given a quick tip here. Select number of steps before loading the presets to access 32 steps on all sequence presets. So you can obviously just vary this from whatever 2, 4, 8, 16, 32, whatever you want. And there's 2 LFOs and also 2 randoms as well. The FX controls, so you've got various compressors, and you've got different, about 3 or 4 saturations, and you've got amp slots and 2 modulation slots as well. And then we've got so the effects controls delay section. Delay controls offers comprehensive controls for 3 model delay types, and the delay knob in the dashboard controls the wet mix. So, and the reverb, you've got 10 reverb convolutions. Anyway, so that is a kind of different way of doing the intro to the controls and the UI. So now we will be able to actually get on with the sounds. So apologies for that rather long intro that went on far too long. So here we are in the complete control, and I have got TERRASTRATE open up. So there's only one NKI. It's rather straightforward. You just load up this, and then you have got all the snapshots here. So there are a ton, and as you can see, I've already done a few of my own. So you will get one that just says factory. So 1A is the synth pads, 1B is the organic pads, 2 is the complex textures, 3 is the soundscapes, and you can see how many there are in each category. Then you've got leads and keys, organic scrubs, signature gestures, basses, rhythmic motion, bends, percussive, and drag and drop templates as well, so that's quite cool. I might have a go at dragging in some samples and see how that works in another video. Well, in fact, I won't start off with the first pad because it only has one layer switched on. So I'm going to start off with the second pad, which is called Almost Human Drone. And it is a bit quiet. Pop this up a wee bit. So you can see this is the mod wheel. And if you see here, it is set to move from clean to crush on the effects. So we could, the first thing we could do is to maybe adjust the volumes a bit and bring up the volumes. So as I mentioned, there are 21 pages of mapped controls. So the very first page, the first knob on the S49 is the main filter, and then you have the EQ, the effects, the delay, the reverb, macro 1, macro 2, and the master volume. And then page 2 and 3 are for the samples. So first one is to switch the sample on and off. Second one is the volume. Third is attack. Fourth is release. And then you have the fifth one, which you have to be a bit careful with because that will change the actual sample preset, and it goes off like a bit of a whippet the minute you touch it. It's very sensitive, so it's like I said, you could scroll through it so fast. I keep touching it and it'll go like off. I've kind of been using these instead because like I said, the minute you touch it, it goes off. And then you've got the position of the sample start, and then you've got motion as well, and then the loop on and off. And page 3 is exactly the same, but for the B sample. Take the attack down and the release down, and we can maybe do the same for sample 1 as well, and just see what that sounds like. And this mod wheel thing is bonkers. How cool is that? That said, the graphics are rather nice. And all these controls look so cool. This would look a great bit of hardware actually. They actually did it in these kind of colours. Kind of metallic bronze controls. So if we go to the grain page, so this is, we're in performance. If we go to grain, then page 4 will adjust the grain density. So this one here, if you can see, this one here is being adjusted by the grain density, and then we've got size and the jitter, G-tune, and the same for grain B. And then the next page is things like the effects control. So we've got the compressor and threshold, dry, wet, and then saturation, and it goes on and on and on. So let's say you've got the mod matrix and the effects. So you can see that there's not exactly been anything applied to the mod matrix for this particular preset. It's basically just the mod wheel adjusting the effects, and it's up at 100%. And then you've got effects control, so we've got shimmer reverb on, we've got diffusion on ping pong, and we're using the FET compressor and tape saturation, and amp slot is brown diamond, but these are both off, and the modulation slot are both on mod 1 and mod 2. So one of them is dimension expander and 2 is stereo sound. This dashboard just stays exactly the same. The only time it changes is on the performance, so you can see you get these other controls come in on the other ones. Other than that, it is exactly the same, which is very, very cool. That is kind of briefly how to control TERRASTRATE. And like I said, it is quite straightforward. So I will do a preset video later on, because like I said, this intro went on for quite a long time, so I'm just going to play a few. So I'll play Bioluminescence. I just love using the mod wheel for this thing. It's so cool. So we can adjust some of these. Bring the delay up. And the reverb. And the master volume. So as you can hear, it is very, very nice. So that is organic pads, and then we've got complex textures. So let's try beneath the surface. So we've got a flute and a cowbell. Yeah, so as well as using these to go through the presets, you can actually click in here and go straight to, say, a pad or whatever comes up next. There's a lot of pads. A CT, SC, an AT, Soundscape, and Bad Atmosphere. Right, so that's just got one sample. So maybe try and pick another soundscape that's got 2. Defective spaceship. That's got to have 2. No, that's only got 1 as well. Right, so most of the soundscapes are just 1. That is quite a cool preset. So yeah, leads and keys. Let's try a bowed vibra lead. I haven't even used this with the C-board yet. So organic scrubs. I don't know what an organic scrub is. I have to say. We'll just try the first one. Adrenaline boost. Oh. Quite loud. Maybe somebody can let me know in the comments what an organic scrub is. I haven't come across that one yet. Right, cool. Right, signature gestures like chakra breath. Very ergo. Basses. Let's try Bad Hombre. That is a cool looking sample. So for instance, we could just switch B on and we'll get an aisle pad, which seems to be the kind of default sample. So we could turn the volume down on the bass bit. And turn the position to a different. got Rhythmic Motion, a tribe of robots. Well, I've got to play that, haven't I? Right. What have we got? We'll switch this off. So the mod feels adjusting the effects again. Action Jackson. Most people will be too young to know who Action Jackson is. That's quite cool. That is your Rhythmic Motion. Bends, right, I don't even think I've even tried any of these yet. Right, it's what, a chamber fifth. Well, I don't know what, right, we'll see what that's like. So this is violin bend up 7 and cello bend down 7, up 7. Right, these are a bit weird, aren't they? Right, so I'm assuming you've got to use the pitch bend. Yeah, I kind of forgot to use the pitch bend. Right, let's try. Right. That's better. Right, I get it now. Yeah, I was being a bit thick. Right, and then percussive brush stomp. Quite cool. So the last one is the drag and drop templates. That is more than enough for today, because like I said, this has gone on way too long. So thanks for watching the first kind of look at TERRASTRATE, and I'm sure you'll agree this looks very, very interesting indeed. And I will be doing quite a few deep dives into this and a full-on preset demo of lots more of the pads and the soundscapes. So anyway, so thanks for watching, and as usual, if you are enjoying these videos, please like, subscribe, share and comment, and I will see you in the next one.